Welcome to the special public meeting of April 13th, 2020 of the Township of Washington Township Council. Adequate notice of the meeting was given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act by the Township Clerk to at least 2 newspapers on April 7th, 2020. And this notice has been posted on the Township Bulletin Board and on the Township website. Salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America,
and to
the republic
stand
for which it stands,
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Amen.
You can say that again.
Okay, roll call.
Councilman Casio.
Present.
Councilman Cumming.
Here.
Councilman DeSena.
Here.
Councilwoman Morgan.
Here.
Council President Feeney.
Here. Let the record also reflect participating via conference call is Robert Tovo, Administrator, and Susan Mikowski, Township Clerk. Unfortunately, due to a family issue, the mayor was not able to attend tonight. Okay, now we're going to move to, I'm going to read the announcement about the phone call to call in. To participate in the general public discussion portion of the meeting, please dial in on 201-664-4659. You will be asked to state your name and address for the record, and we ask that only one person speak at a time. Please note that at the end of the general public discussion, no more calls will be accepted. Okay. Please remember the limit is 5 minutes. Motion to open the public discussion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, let's open up the lines. Hello?
Hello.
All right, hold on one second, sir. Don't go anywhere. Are you still there?
I'm still here.
All right, I'm going to try to get this microphone so that we can pick you up. All right, sir, if you could state your name and address for the record, please.
Anthony Conti, 490 Ridgewood Boulevard North.
Thank you, Mr. Conti.
I think you just said the mayor wasn't there this evening?
No, Mayor Calamari is not in attendance this evening.
Okay, maybe somebody can relay a message to him. I've been asking for information about the coronavirus and how many people in town have had it, how many people in town have died, and how many people of town have recovered from it. And I'm not getting any response. I'm trying to do it over social media, and of course he doesn't reply to social media. Is there anyone that can give us the information? Jim from the executive office, Bergen County Executive, said that he gives all this information to the mayors. I'm hoping that the mayor will pass it on to us. Is that possible?
So, Mr. Conti, I do have a response for you. All of that information is on the township webpage under Health Department, and the number is updated daily.
It's on the website. If I went there now, I'd find it.
Under Health Department, yes.
All right, well, I'll look again because I haven't been able to find it. So
Okay, but you have to look under the Health Department. Not only is the information there for the current cases in town, I do not know if the number of deaths, I don't know if we're allowed to release that on a daily basis. I have to check on that because there are some privacy laws around that issue, but there's other information there, the CDC, the WHO, the New Jersey Health Department, plus also business resources and other information is also out there.
And
do they all?
Sorry,
Do,
can I add something?
Yeah, go ahead.
also,
Okay.
do they also?
Mr. Conti, hold on one second.
Oh.
Sorry, it's again. I just want to let you know there is. I am on the Department of Health as well. We have a whole page there. You can see every town actually in Bergen County that has it. You can see where we are in Washington Township, how many have it, and like Councilwoman Feeney mentioned, everything is there. It's really a good resource for corona information.
All right, because the last time I checked, the only thing I saw was 56, which was from April 6th, so it was really never updated from that.
That could be because there's no more positive cases. If there's not an update or a new number to be added, the number won't be changed.
Okay, do they ever put the amount of people that have recovered from it?
We actually don't have that. The Bergen County executive has not been providing that number.
Okay. All right, because that's one of the numbers I'd like to know as well. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else on the line? Hello? Hello, is there anyone else on the line for public comment? Hello? Hello, public comment?
Okay, since there's no one there, motion to close public discussion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, great.
Hold on. Hello? Okay. We are done.
Okay. We're moving to discussion 2020 budget, adjournment from public meeting.
Nope,
May I
that's
have a
after you're done.
motion?
No. You gotta do your discussion. That's at the very end.
Oh,
That's for the
Not
end,
gonna adjourn
Stacy.
until we're done.
okay.
Yeah.
Discussion 2020 budget. I thought we were supposed to move into budget, though.
Nope,
Motion
you're
to
just
move
in
to
your
budget?
discussion.
Correct. Okay, just an FYI, I did not email Mr. Tova with my questions regarding the salary, so we're just going to, I'm going to email him tomorrow. I just had a crazy week at work. Okay.
That's fairly understandable.
Sorry, I'm just finding my placeholder. Okay, where do you guys think we should start this evening? I was going to say recreation would be a good place to start.
Sounds good.
Shouldn't we just finish on page 34, Stace? Start from there?
You think so? Okay, I was going to see if we could get a whole section done tonight.
Well, that would take care of Health Department 34, so.
I have the other section for health further down. 34, I have 50.
54, I'm
34.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm like 34's, but not there.
Please, not 34.
54.
We must have gotten past that, please.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, 54. We're at Health Secretary meeting fees.
Okay, so I'm good with going there if everybody's good with continuing on there.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. All right, so secretary meeting fees, 400. So there's we're increasing it from 375 from prior year. I'm good with the 400.
Yep.
Good?
Okay.
I'm not sure why,
Are we increasing it?
yeah, excuse, I don't know why that's a $25 increase.
Sue, it's okay, okay.
It's like $5 a meeting, it's like, it's supposed to be $75 a meeting. I'm not sure why that's like that.
Sue,
I'm here, I'm writing my 400 down.
okay, so that closes out the health, and we can move on to health. Okay, health office supplies is $1,000.
Good.
I'm good there. Okay, health subscriptions and books, $150. I'm good with that.
Fine.
Okay, dues, meetings, and conferences, $220.
Good.
Reasonable.
And then health consulting fees, $36,000. Last year we spent $35,000. I'm good since the spend is in line. It's the contract with Bergen Regional Health Commission.
Right.
Yep. I'm good.
Okay, printing, $100. Child health care, $250.
What is that, Stacey? What is this?
Well, what? I don't know what this line actually is. Mr. Tobo, do you have an idea what this line is?
Hey, I do not. These are the numbers I got from the
Me.
health department, and I believe there was an increase on this line. That's why it's showing 250.
This is our Child Health Conference with Hillsdale.
Oh, with
It's a
Hillsdale.
contract with them, and they increased it to $250 this year.
Okay, thanks, Sue.
Uh-huh.
What?
What is it, a contract? What is it for?
Child Health Conference that we do with Hillsdale.
Oh, a conference.
Yeah, you know, it's where we can send people there if they need to have,
Yeah, it should say that. It should say conference. Okay, got it.
Say, Mr. Tobo, can we update this line to say Child Health Care Conference with Hillsdale?
I will make a note to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Public Health Nursing, 900.
Is that contracted?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
$100 increase, the contract.
Steve, I'm sorry, you were a little fuzzy?
Okay, the contract, this is $100 and it's a contracted fee? Because it went from, let's see, 2 years ago.
It went from 125 to 250, so, but Hillsdale upped the price.
No. I'm talking about the next one, the nursing, public health,
Oh, sorry.
health nursing.
It was 800 and it went to 900, Steve.
Okay, it's contracted, right? It's a number?
Hackensack University Medical Center.
Okay.
Okay, and computer supplies, 525. Okay, that takes care of health.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next,
Very good.
sorry?
He said very
No, I
good.
just said very good.
Okay. Okay, animal, the next line is Animal Control Officer. Contract with Tyco, 11,700, but the administration's asking for 12,000. Why the difference, Mr. Tobo?
Well, first we have the contract, and then we do have additional charges occasionally for call-out services. It's minimal, but thought we should cover it.
So you think the 12,000 will cover that?
Yes.
I'm good
Who,
with
if
12.
you don't cover it, who covers it? The person that contracts it out? There's an emergency? What's the additional is what I don't understand.
If we have a after-hours call-out service with them, we may be billed for that. I think we have so many we're allotted per year.
Is it a number or is it time after a certain time? That's the question.
Yeah, there's a number equated to, we'll call out if we hit number 6 or number 7, whatever the number is after hours, so we
Right.
could have additional billing. We did not last year, but it's there just in case we do run into that.
Well, we haven't exceeded what we put out for the last 1, 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah, you also were at a higher number, 13, 11.7, and then up to 12.
Was it 13, 13, and 11.7 their contract?
They are. The contract actually went down.
That was their numbers, right?
Right.
So why did their numbers go down?
They brought their number down based on workload.
So they're expecting less workload.
Well, that was something they expected last year, and, I guess that held true.
Okay. And who requested the 11.7?
Me?
That's the contract amount.
Okay. And then there's a 300 increase from the mayor's ask?
Correct, in the case that we have additional call-outs.
I'm a note of increases, but,
Can I get into this, please, Stacy?
Hey, no. Okay, so,
Creating the budget line.
all right, so do we know the, okay, so I'm looking at this, we had 12, we had a $420 transfer in, correct, last year? Is that a transfer out? I wrote over the negative.
that's an out.
Well, I don't see the negative.
No, it's a transfer in, it looks like. I mean,
Transfer in, it's not a
doesn't have
transfer out.
yeah. In 2017 is a transfer out, which
Right,
is why it looks like it was out.
This is a line item that I gave to Bob. I did the health budget. So if you-
Animal control budget.
Hmm?
The animal control.
Yes, I gave him the numbers for the health, all the Department of Health and the animal control. So if you would like me to explain where I got the number from, I would be happy to.
No, it's a contract amount, we get that. We're really just talking about the additional 300 that the administration's requesting.
And that's because it's $65 a call out. And last year, I did not budget enough for it. That's why there's an increase for this year.
Yeah, I think I'm good with 12,000 because I would rather cover it than not cover it and have to find the money somewhere.
Exactly.
Right.
All right, let's have a vote on the 12,000 for, I'm putting a motion forth to vote on the $12,000 for the animal control officer fee.
I'll second.
It's $65 a call out. It gets us 4, roughly. 5. 4.5.
4 and a cat.
Maybe 4 and a squirrel.
Do you want me to do a roll call, Stacy?
Sorry, Sue.
That's all right. Councilman Casio,
No.
Councilman Cumming,
Yes.
Councilman DeSena,
No.
Councilwoman Morgan,
Yes.
Council President Feeney.
Yes. Sue, you did have to call out after hours last year, right?
Yes, we did. They were some.
Okay, thank you. Just clarify.
And it's per call out. It's not an hourly fee.
There was
Yep.
4 at $60 inclusive.
Mike, I'm sorry. You were really muddled.
There was 4 call-outs, $60 each, for a total of $220.
Okay.
No, but it was also billed out after January, Mike. I think there was another bill that came in for December that wasn't paid till
Our
January.
paperwork doesn't show that, so
Yeah.
I can't speak to that, so.
That's okay.
Okay, so we're really at the 300. Okay, so I mean, okay, good. Okay, so good. We're closed with that. Oh, so animal control falls under the total for health then. Okay, I see that now.
Can I make one more, ask of one more thing that I could put in the budget, or just explain? And that's it?
So,
We
but
have
we
a-
finished all these line items. Am I missing one?
No, but there is one additional one that I would like to put in front of the council just to get some feedback.
Oh, okay.
All right, by state law, years ago, they used to go out and do a canvass of everybody, go knocking on every door and do a dog count and all that stuff to get the numbers up, make sure everybody's taken care of. They stopped that, I guess, about 5 years ago. And then I found out from Carol, our Tyco Animal Control Service person, that they will do a canvass for us if we request it, and it's at 95 cents a home. We have money in the trust account from the animal that we can use for that thing, so it's not gonna be actually a budgeted item, but I just wanted to kind of like throw it out there to the council and say, I'd like to do this year, because it hasn't been done in a number of years, just to get a more accurate number, and I would look for some support. It's not a budget item, it's coming out of trust. Money that can be used, and, you know, it's limited to what you can use the funds for, and this is one of the items that we can use it for, is an animal control canvas.
What else?
Great idea, Sue, but not in a non-corona year, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree. I
Well,
don't
but-
think this year's the year to be.
Yeah.
Well, that's true too. You're right there. You're right.
Well, maybe next year, I think next year, you're great,
You're absolutely right, Mike. Thank you very much. Yep,
not in a non-corona
you're
year, I
right.
don't want somebody.
Nobody knocking on doors. You're right.
Yeah, no, I think let's wait and see.
Yep, perfect idea. Next year. Thank you.
Well, Sue, what were the results of the survey last year compared to the number of licenses?
No, we didn't do a survey last year.
5 years
We
ago.
haven't done it in about 5 years.
The last time you did it, what were the results compared?
Well, from what my assistant tells me, when I walked in the door, just before I walked in the door, we were at like, I think 400 animals. Now we're up to almost 900.
And how many licenses do we have currently?
Currently, I don't know what the number is off the top of my head, Stacy. I didn't prepare for that, but we're out about 45 people we're still trying to track down before we hit them with the summons.
Okay, can you do me a favor? Can you
Sure.
put together the year of the last census, I guess we'll call it, and for the animals, and then how many licenses we have going forward to see if there was a decline?
Well, I know there's not a decline, but I will get all those numbers for you, sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because if we still have the same amount that they found, or, you know, because we have them in the system, are people really not, or do we have a large majority that would make this a return on our investment there?
Okay.
Well, the other thing is the safety, excuse me, Madam President, but the idea of, I believe they have to present rabies information.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So we have to keep up with that and make sure that it's kept up with. If someone has an animal and they have not been vaccinated, then people in the neighborhood are at risk.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, I will get that for you. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Sue. Okay. All right, so anybody have any other questions regarding the health before we move on to rec?
Not at all. I think we spent a lot of time on $300 for nothing.
Ms. Feeney, before we go on to rec, I spoke to the mayor today regarding recreation, public affairs, and the library.
Yes.
And he's trying to get a hold of, excuse me, directors from both public affairs and recreation to do their presentation for Thursday, because we think it'll be vital to have them part of it.
For rec and the library, so we should wait on rec then?
Well, recreation and public affairs for Thursday.
Okay.
And I'm trying to line up the library for Monday the 20th.
Okay.
Stacy, have you received the recreation line by lines for each program to see where we?
I have not. Mr. Tovo?
Other than what's in the budget document?
Well, no, we wanted to see where we were cost-wise, so what we're charging for the fees, what what the costs were, to see if we're in line.
Madam President, did you not receive an Excel spreadsheet from the mayor showing those results?
For the rec fees, I got
Yeah.
a spreadsheet for, I don't know, did I not?
For the rec?
That was only for summer camp, Mr. Cummings.
It was?
Yeah, we asked for basketball, it was basketball, cheerleading,
We
we
have
asked
for all the programs.
Oh,
I thought they were all sent out, so I will double check that. And
hold on, wait, let me
I
just,
thought you all had them, and I saw we were only making about 3,000.
okay, hold on one second. Before we move forward, let me just check my email.
It was a very small profit, nothing to be ashamed of.
Because we know that major, softball and baseball are Major League Baseball. Lacrosse is run outside. So we've got basketball, lacrosse, cheerleading. Pee Wee football is run by the town. Who else? Soccer is the Dragons, correct?
Summer camp.
Summer camp, yes. We have the summer camp numbers. But it was so it's basketball, softball, baseball, cheerleading, Pee Wee football.
It's not baseball.
I'm sorry, not baseball. So anybody else? Soccer, baseball,
Golden Seniors.
run by outside companies.
Oh, by outside companies, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So for us, we need basketball, cheerleading, football.
Golden Seniors.
Right, Golden Seniors. Is there anything else? I can't.
They're all there if you just go page by page. Football, basketball referees, cheerleading.
Mike, you need to speak up, please.
Right, so it's basketball, football, cheerleading, Golden Seniors,
Teen program.
Men's softball.
Here. It says teen program.
right, men's softball is run, and the teen program.
Correct.
Hold on one second. Okay, let me see. Hey, Mr. Cummings, do you have the date on that email or no?
I don't have an email. I was shown this in a meeting.
March 24th, Stacy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Because I was following up on the question myself.
No, I just...
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I don't have it in front of me. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. I just want to see if I did miss the email, which I probably did if it was sent out. So, just getting the email. COVID, March 24th, New Jersey Transit, WCTV, Energy.
No, I don't think you'll see it there because I haven't seen it either. Oh, the Italian Symphony. I love it.
Hey, Sue, I don't have anything on the 20th.
I am looking myself.
Okay, so,
All right, why don't we move on with the work we can do?
Right, no, I want to just make sure we have that. Recreation
Okay.
Budgets, I have 313. I have summer rec.
That's the one.
That's the only one I have.
That's the one.
I have that on April 2nd, Mr. Tovo, at 11:30.
I have it on April 24th. I sent it to you at 10, or whatever the heck it is. So yeah, and it's summer rec only, right?
Online.
Huh. Okay. So funny, Sue, I don't have your email.
I don't know. I'm going to send it right now.
Okay, thanks. But we do need the rest of them before Thursday, if that would help us out tremendously.
Yeah, I know I did P&Ls on all those lines, so I will pull them out and resend them.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, Mr. Toto, I promise you, I only have summer rec. I've now.
And Sue, that's all you just sent us this summer?
Yeah, that's all I think I ever got.
Okay, but you...
I don't see anything else either.
Yeah, but I don't have anything separate from Mr. Tobo, so just, unless it went to email heaven, which very well could be.
What's the balance on that? A positive 3,300 or something?
For summer rec, yes. That's what I have.
Okay, then that's the one I saw, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So we're on, okay, great.
They've gone back to the department head to verify the numbers, so let me check with him as well.
Okay, great. That'd be awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so then we'll do rec and library and public affairs on Thursday. So the next lovely section would be...
I don't know if the library will be ready by Thursday, but I'm hoping for public affairs and recreation.
Okay. The next section I have would be maintenance of parks.
Okay.
Actually, can we go back for 2 seconds? Mr. Tovo, can you double check on something for me? Because we're going to get to it anyway. The cheer music that I'm looking at here, that's not the correct amount.
What page are you on?
Sorry, I'm back in cheer. Hold on. Where am I? I know we'll talk about it, but I wanted him to double check it for me before next time. Where is it? We are on page 59, the bottom, the last.
That's where the cheer music is?
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
So I'm sorry, the number should be what?
It says 275.
Right.
It was actually 475 because it's two. With cheerleading, you have to buy the rights to the music. You're not allowed to use it in our competition. And that's only one payment that's showing. It was two payments. One was 200, one was 275, or something to that effect, something like that.
Okay, very well.
Okay.
You should use something that's out of ASCAP now.
What's that?
Maybe you could find something that's out of ASCAP to use.
Oh.
Okay.
A Brandenburg Concerto or something, you know. Whatever. Sorry.
Okay, so that's okay.
So 475 requested, right?
Right.
On that line. Thank you.
Because that's what we spent last year. It's not showing that, but that's
Okay.
what we spent.
Yes, I think I heard about that. God forbid they shouldn't get their roses.
I know.
Okay, so we're on page 63, maintenance of parks. It's about a quarter of the way down from the top.
Yes. Building maintenance line?
Yes, building maintenance line, so 375-420. Same budget for parks, 15,000.
Only 7 was spent. What was the deal? You don't have bills in?
Well, DMF was requesting more money here to keep up on the buildings, and it might be a little bit high here. I think we have some room to come down. I think if we're around 10, we should be all right.
How about 9? I'll make a proposal for 9.
Stacy, what page you on? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, we're on page 63.
53, okay, I was there.
About halfway down, first
Yep.
line.
Thank you.
So I'll make a motion for 9,000 for that line.
You don't like 10, Steve?
Every thousand counts.
No, I know, but you don't like 10?
Does
Like-
Mr.
like
Tovo
mine
have
better.
a contract figure?
Mr. Tovo is recommending 10.
There's no contract here. This is all work done by,
It's in-house.
our own employees.
Stuff.
Oh.
I'm good with 10.
Me too.
So first we have to vote on Steve's 9, and then if we don't go yes, then we could make another motion. But Steve was up first.
So we have a motion by Councilman Casio for 9,000.
I'll second it.
Councilman,
Roll call? Sorry.
that's okay, I'm sorry. Councilman Cumming?
No.
Councilman Casio?
Yes.
Councilman DeSena?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morgan?
No.
Council President Feeney?
No.
Okay, I want a motion for 10.
I'll second it.
Stacy, you second it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okey doke. Councilman Casio, Casio.
No.
Councilman Cumming?
Yes.
Councilman DeSena?
No.
Councilwoman Morgan?
Yes.
Council President Feeney?
Yes.
Okay, so that line item's $10,000, 310500.
Doesn't pass. It's an increase.
No, it's down from 15 to 10.
Okay.
Okay, parks, field maintenance expenses, 40,000. Last year's spend was 34,107. Mr. Tovo, do you have any comments on this line?
Yeah, we're combining this line with the, rehabilitation of Memorial Field, which is on your next page.
Oh, I see. So that line originally was 40,000, so you're making both lines 40,000.
The recommended is 50.
I'm sorry, Stacy, I am really having a tough time tonight. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, I'm
did
not.
did
I'm
you
not.
miss something from me, or?
No, give me a page number again.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so we're on page 63, Sue.
53.
No, 63.
Ah, no wonder, I am sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're fine. Listen, if you're not where we are, that's,
Thank you.
please.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Okay, so last year's spend on this line was 95,3285, and this line, it was 34,107. So we're really looking at 44,000 was spent last year, and you're combining these two lines, and you're asking for 50,000 for this year.
That is correct.
Okay.
Mr. Tovo, are we taking into account that nobody's used the field for all these months?
At the time we did this budget, no, we did
No,
not.
I'm saying, but now, should we take that into account now that we haven't used them in 2 months?
It's a fair argument.
So what if we
We're still
5,000 here?
We're still fertilizing and cutting, And weed and feed is just put down.
So Mr. Cummings and Mr. Tovo, do you think 45,000 would do it, or are you still recommending the 50?
I think it's reasonable to bring it down, although we are fertilizing and we are cutting. Obviously,
I'm not disagreeing with that, Mr. Tovo.
the wear and tear is less, obviously.
We're doing
Right,
the same
right, no,
thing.
but it's, I mean,
And the lining will be
kind of got a point that, it's good and bad, the field's recuperating and,
The lining will be less. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about maintenance. I was just talking about other
No,
things.
I'm personally grateful for less usage, although I regret how it happened, of course.
Correct.
I think we can try to live with 45,000. Mr. T, what do you think, sir?
Yeah, that's more than reasonable. I mean, I think we have to, keep in mind our current circumstances.
And you'll all understand if we have to come back.
45,000.
Yeah, 45. And if we have to come back, you'll look kindly on us, I hope.
Okay, I make a motion for the 45,000.
Second.
Sue, roll call?
Councilman Cumming,
Yes, please.
Councilman Casio,
No.
Councilman DeSena,
Yes.
Councilwoman Morgan,
Yes.
Council President Feeney.
Yes. Okie dokie, 45,000. Okay, so we're down 10 total in this department. Okay. Portable bathrooms, 3,500. I'm actually fine with this.
Can we lower it, Stacy? Can we lower it since we haven't rented bathrooms yet? We're 2 months into the season.
We haven't rented any bathrooms yet?
No, there's none at any fields.
So then I would probably just make it the same as last year at the 3,000. Mr. Turbo, do you think that would cover the expenses for the remaining part of the year when we open?
I do.
Okay, so I'm making a motion for 3,000.
Cool.
Thanks for, I didn't know we didn't rent anything yet. Anybody
Really
gonna
get into the nitty gritty if you knew that.
Sorry. Okay, so I'm making a motion for 3,000 for the porta potties.
Seconded.
Second.
Sue, whenever you're ready.
Councilman Casio,
Yes.
Councilman Cumming,
Yes, please.
Councilman DeSena,
Yes.
Councilwoman Morgan,
Yes.
Council President Feeney.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh, isn't it nice we get a unanimous vote on bodies?
Okay, okay, so here's a question. Field striping.
Can we make
So,
it the same?
the experts to weigh in on this, on where I know it's gonna be for fall, so is that this amount of money, should this stand, or because of where we are?
Can we
You
match
would
it to
still
last
stripe
year?
it for lacrosse.
What's that?
You would still stripe it for lacrosse.
Well, when does lacrosse start? Not till the end of May, right?
No, lacrosse should be going on right now. It ends in
Be
June.
now.
Should be now.
So it won't.
Right.
won't
They're not
Can we
having
make
the
it the same
season,
as
are
last
they?
year, Steve?
Yeah, I'm good with 3,100 then, if we're not gonna stripe for lacrosse. Because it's only gonna be football then, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so
And
then
the
100 for, Mr. Tobo, does that work for the plan?
It does. I wouldn't cut much below that number simply because we've ordered most of the material already.
Oh, you have, okay. So I'm gonna motion for 3,100.
Second.
Yes.
Okay, Sue, whenever you're ready.
Councilman Casio,
Yes.
Councilman Cumming,
Yes, please.
Councilman DeSena,
Yes.
Councilwoman Morgan,
Yes.
Council President Feeney.
Yes. This would have been Emma's first year of lacrosse, that's why I have no idea when it is.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't play, I didn't know she could have played last year. She was a little, not happy with mommy about that, but.
Sorry, I didn't know that girls played lacrosse.
You
How
shot my
backwards.
heart, Bart. Shot me.
I played lacrosse when I was in school, but that was 1,000 years ago. I went with Tom Edison.
Girls do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's good.
we're down 10,900 on this section. Okay, that's good. All right, library we're gonna do on Thursday. Is everybody good so far?
Yeah, I personally think in the light of how Councilman Casio is trying so hard to save money that we should go back and take $100 off of every single item. If you feel
I'm
like
good with
it.
that.
That's just a wacky idea of mine. And like Sue said,
Yeah,
I've been in solitary
Art-
too long.
We're untried
But
waters.
no, why don't we do that? Because it would really help the budget come down, and we wouldn't be that far off. But everything from the beginning.
You
I don't
can always go back to any line art you want. There's no reason there's nothing that says you can't go back to anything, this budget. You know,
That's in my blood.
Hey, okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep going in the direction we're going. The library is gonna be on Thursday. We're gonna skip that section.
Okay, so we're skipping the rehabilitation of Memorial Field, right, Mr. Tova?
No, that line was merged into the other line, Mr. Cummings.
Merged into the other line, yes.
Yes.
That's what I was just confirming, thank you.
All right, so library.
We can't do library tonight?
Thursday, the library's gonna be with us to explain the reasons for their budget.
On Monday.
No, next Monday, ma'am.
Oh, next Monday, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. What can we do?
Okay, so the next section would be,
Electricity on page 66.
yeah, because the next one is, public affairs.
Well, in 65, we have holiday celebrations.
But is that part of public affairs?
Yes.
We're gonna have public affairs with us in the immediate future, correct?
Very well.
Yes, I think Thursday.
Okay. Okay, so electricity budget. Okay, now we're on page 66, a quarter of the way down. Just let me know when everybody's on the right page.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
there.
Sue?
I am right there with you now.
Just checking.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Firehouse electricity, 11,000. I'm good.
Mr. Cumming, why is this going up so significantly? I thought we LED'd everything and
I thought we did too, and I don't know what they're doing that runs so much. I'd have to go over there and check and unplug the space heaters or something. I mean, that's what it's got to be. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to review the bills now because it's shocking compared to the other.
Yeah, from 2017 to 2018, it stayed the same, and then from 2018 to 2019, it's almost $1,000 different.
Added equipment, I can't speculate beyond that because I'm not one of them. I don't know what they added or did differently.
but we had the same thing at the DMF building. That went up by almost $10,000 in one year to the other year.
Is there anything with the doors being left open or more use of the common space, or do we know,
Well, the doors are always open.
No, I mean like upstairs of the common space, like is that being utilized more over in 2019 versus,
Don't know.
I don't know.
No idea, sorry.
I was more concerned with the DMF building. That went up by almost $10,000 between 18 and 19.
Right, but so are we good with the firehouse in order to move on, or do we want, or is somebody making a motion?
I think we have to put 11 in the firehouse till we find out what's wrong, and hopefully that'll be changed to a new firehouse and the bill will go down.
I agree.
I'm okay with that.
Mr. Turbo, is there a reason, okay, so last year, so moving on to DMF building.
Or make it, I'm sorry, Stacy, why don't we make that 10?
But they spent 10,389 last year.
It says 2019 actual at the firehouse?
Yes, 10,389.
Okay, so
I
I hope they don't leave all the lights on all the time, but maybe they do. I don't know. Even
I think it warrants a
those new lights
conversation.
are sipping electricity at the Borough Hall. I mean, the bill at the Borough Hall is beautiful. If you go down there, it's only 19,000 instead of 36. So I was going to crow about that, but the firehouse is a real disappointment. They must be.
No, DMF is more of a disappointment. Look at the DMF.
Yeah, I don't know what happened last year, Mike. I can review the bills.
Okay, here's my recommendation. I think we should leave it at 11 and maybe have a conversation with the chief and see if he knows of anything that's changed. Now, in regards to DMF, I have a concern because it was $23,000 last year. Mr. Tovo, do you have any comments on the DMF electricity bill?
I'd like to pull this. The superintendent and I had a conversation regarding this, and that's why we reduced the number. I have to go through my notes to find out why he feels they're going to go down. So let me double check that, and I'll provide you an email update.
Okay, I think we should skip this line because I'm very uncomfortable with the difference between what was spent in 2019 and what they're asking. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Look, most of the electric consumption in the DMF has got to be heating, air conditioning, and so on. The lighting is almost irrelevant in there. There's comparatively so little.
Okay.
That even though it's all LED, it's only going to drop the bill by $200 because, you know, you got 10 strip lights in a 5-bay garage. It's nothing, you know? So they're running something else, like a compressor, that's really eating a lot of electricity. And whatever that was, we'll shut it off.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, town hall, I mean, so last year's spend was 19,000. I know
That's gonna be
30's in
right
the down 5 from the request from last year. Anybody have any comments on this?
Why would we need
That's
30,000? If it's
Yeah.
been, I mean, you know, all these
I think
lights,
we-
everything's been changed. Go ahead.
I think we can give them 20. We have more efficient air conditioning. We have more efficient lighting. Most of this is lighting of vast rooms. And now, hopefully, if I can get together with the mayor, who's unfortunately had some difficulties, and Mr. Tovo, we're going to put out the bid for the energy management and really limit the air conditioning to when it's needed. We have it perfectly fine when people are working, but when they're not working over weekends, it can be turned down, you see? So I do believe that bill will be 19 or less.
Like it was this last year.
Yes,
Right.
that's our new profile. And that's something I'm very proud of.
And that wasn't even a full year with the energy saving move, so I think, Mr. Cumming has the right idea.
I think Mr. Cumming is making a motion for 20,000. I'll second it.
Second.
You could say that.
Sue, whenever you're ready.
Councilman Casio,
Yes.
Councilman Cumming,
Yes, please.
Councilman DeSena,
Yes.
Councilwoman Morgan,
Yes.
Council President Feeney.
Yes. Okay, great. Okay, so the only open item on this line is the GMS electricity. So right now, we've got the 11 and the 20, so we're at 31 approved. Okay.
Unless they didn't pay bills from previous years and then paid them in the next year. I mean, that's a possibility, because that happened like crazy with the previous admit.
And that is a possibility, Mr. Cumming.
Okay, so let's, yeah.
But I have to go over the PS bills, and that'll take me a month.
Okay,
Well, I get it done in 2 weeks, all right?
thank you.
Plus, I have to talk to the director fellow.
Okay, the next section is street lights and traffic controls. So we requested is 65,000. Last year's spend was 71,000. Mr. Tovo, you're good with the 65,000?
Yeah, I think we had an anomaly year there when you look at all the others. I think that we still have to increase a little bit from the 60, and I think we're good there.
Okay, I'm good with the 65,000. Everybody okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, the next section is telephone, sorry. Okay, so mayor's cell phone, nothing this year. Clerk's telephone, nothing. Administrative, was everything combined into this one line, Mr. Tovo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so 40,000, so last year's spend was 32. Were there bills that carried over, or?
Well, remember, in this line, it's not just, it's our phone leasing and our phone bills.
Okay, so it's,
We have control over the lease number, we have less control over the actual bills.
okay, I'm
Well, we
good.
spent consistently the 32. Can't we knock it down a little bit? 18 and 19, we spent almost the same exact amount.
Mr. Tovo, what's your recommendation?
We can go below 35.
Okay, so I'm good with 35. How about you, Councilman DeSena?
I'm good with 35.
Anybody have a problem with 35?
No, that's
No.
good.
Okay. We don't need a vote. We all agree.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so this, we're gonna make phone 35, we're down 5,000. Okay, next section.
Let's try to find audits, for the telephones and then the water and electric too. But that's just an aside, sorry.
No, it's okay, you're fine. Okay, water, is 17,000. It was a transfer in of 6,200. I'm good with the 17.
I'm trying to find you. Oh, there, okay.
All right, we're at the very bottom of 68 to the top of 69.
Okay, thank you so much.
Why such a big increase, Mr. Toto?
We discovered in this line item that not everything that should have been charged to water was being charged to water. That's why this transfer in had to be done. We believe we've corrected this going forward. 17 might be a little on the higher side, but it's the safe side. Just,
You know what the
we have a year of actual good tracking.
So you had 11,081.39 plus the 6,200 prior year.
Correct.
So it was the 17. Those were more than 17.
Yeah, a little over.
So it's not really.
Looking back over previous years, I mean, there seems to be a lot of things charged here that should have gone elsewhere. But yet at the same time, there were things that should have been charged here that were not. So we still have a little bit of a moving target we're trying to fix.
So is this something you would like
to have a
us on to let us know what the actual spend was? Or what is your opinion? Where do we stand?
I think we need 2020 to get this thing right and make sure what's charged there should be charged there, and conversely, what shouldn't be, go to where it needs to. So I think the 17, like I said, is on the higher side of safe. So we don't have to do the big transfer in 2020.
It's not a phenomenal answer, and I know you know that. I mean, if we need to leave it to 17 so you can see what needs to go there for 2020, but I think next year we have to have a definitive answer here.
I would agree. If I had that, I'd give it to you now, but I don't.
I know, I understand. Are we going to have an auditor problem with this at the end of this, for 19 and 20?
It may be a comment.
Okay. I'm good with the 17. How does the rest of the group feel?
It looks like that's what we have to do.
Leave it for now.
Okay. All right, firehouse. So we're moving on to on page 69, firehouse natural gas, 3,000. There was no spend last year. Is it because the bill didn't come in, or?
Exactly, it came in late.
All right, I'm good with the 3,000.
Combination of it coming in late and also not being categorized properly. It wasn't broken out as a firehouse, so we've corrected that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay, DMS building, 3,000. I'm good with that also. Okay, nobody has an issue. Okay. That's 5,000 for natural gas. Oh, town hall, 5,000. So it's down from last year. Last year's request was 7,000, and they're requesting 5,000. I'm good with that.
All the bills in, Mr. Tobo?
That should be generous.
They are now, but not at the time we printed this. So that's why we're comfortable with this number, with the moves that Mr. Cummings has made. I think that that number should be more than enough.
Yeah, it should be plenty. There should be an excess in that account. Because look at last year, and I think that's reasonably accurate to what should be spent.
Mr.
When
Tobo,
we get
there was a January bill of 20 paid for December, I guess. So that does include the whole year.
Well, that happens every year, doesn't it, Michael?
No. I'm saying that total number, the 20.
Doesn't include all the year.
No, it does include the whole year.
Right.
It does include.
So
Well, I mean, it happens every year. The bills come in a month late every year, so.
But what he's
You get
saying is,
But what I'm
Mr. Tobo
saying is
initially-
the whole year is there.
right, it's
December
there, it's
bill
not
is-
partial.
It's still not going to be more than 3, I don't think. But that's all right.
Make it 3.
Well, you want to make it 3?
Make it
Well,
4.
make it
We'll
3.
We'll be careful.
No, I think make it 4, because if in case there's a problem, I mean, if it went from 7 to 5 and we go to 4, I mean, the prior year was 7616, so I think 4 is a safe
that was before
bet.
Mr. Cummings' energy audit. That's why it was so high.
Let's make it 4. Is that okay with everybody? And I
I'm
think we
okay
can
with
easily live within that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that was 4?
Yeah,
4,
and,
yeah.
you know, if we get the energy management system put in by summer, we're gonna save on all the air conditioning and all the heating going forward.
Okay, everybody good with 4,000 here?
Yes.
Yeah.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till I get through.
Okay.
So is that Stacy, is that a recommendation from Mr. Tovo to go down?
I think Mr. Cummings said 4 first. I'm not, you know, to be honest, Sue, could somebody, I don't know. I thought I heard,
I'll make a motion for 4,000.
Allow me to
Okay.
take a rap on it in case there's any problem.
So you want to do a motion for 4,000? You want to do a second and a vote, or you just
Yes,
want?
4,000, please.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Casio?
Yes.
Councilman Cumming?
Yes.
Councilman DeSena?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morgan?
Yes.
Council President Feeney?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, folks. You ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till next year.
Okay, so that takes care of that. So
We're
we're,
gonna find out what's going on with that firehouse.
so we're 10,000. Okay, the next line, sanitary sewer fees, Bergen County,
Utilities Authority.
okay. 739,026, I'm assuming that's based on the contract?
You see in the notes, we didn't receive our 2020 billing. Actually, it wasn't even late February, it was March. And the projected number is gonna be 776, but now I have to just throw out there that, you know, flows are a part of this number as well. And with so many people being home for all this time, I expect our flows are gonna be higher.
So because we got the bill in February, Mr. Tovo, when do they reassess the contract? Is it billed monthly? How does that work?
It is billed quarterly.
So so you're anticipating an increase here with which would be normal?
Yeah, our billing right now is running about just under $195 per quarter.
So do you think we need to increase this line? Do you want to take a look and then get back to us on what you think the increase should be?
Well, okay, we definitely have to increase to a minimum of 776. But just throwing it out there, should we increase a little more? You know, knowing that our flow rate's probably going to be higher.
So are you thinking like 800,000?
I was thinking between 785 and 795.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Between 785 and 795. So there's really no telling. The longer this goes on, the more our flows are going to be higher.
I'm good with the.
Mr. Tovo is correct. I will have to abstain from this vote, but I can discuss it. But he is absolutely correct. The flows will be higher. So if the anticipated bill was 779, we should try to budget 800 here. But I will have to abstain because we do business with BCUA.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion for 800,000 for an increase to this line.
All right, second.
Do whenever you're ready.
Yep. Okay, Councilman Casio?
Yes.
Councilman Cumming?
Yes.
Councilman DeSena?
Abstain?
Councilwoman Morgan?
Yes.
Council President Feeney?
Yes. Okay, so we're up. Okay. Mr. Tovo, could you just let us know at the end of this first quarter that we've been home what the increase has been from the 195 to the next amount, so we can just keep an eye on this?
Yes, ma'am, we'll do.
I know there's really no control, but I'd just like to be aware of how it's impacting the town.
Understood.
Thank you. Okay, sewers, other than BCUA. Can you just explain other than BCUA?
We do have some contracts with surrounding municipalities for some of our homes to hook into their systems. Top of my head, I know Hohokus we have an agreement with. Hillsdale, there must be some as well. Those are the two I know of. There may be more. As you can see, the number, again, is a little bit higher than last year's, more in line with 18. Again, we have the added flow issue.
Okay, so do they bill us also quarterly?
They are very inconsistent in their billing.
Oh, they're very inconsistent. Hey, Mike, what's your professional opinion here?
I would leave it at 80 like last year. I'm okay with 80 like last year.
You think it's going to cover our bills, though?
It should.
It's not a large volume of homes.
Yeah, it's not a lot of homes that are hooked up to others, Stacy. So
Okay.
we may have to, like you said, we everybody is home, so
I know.
You got the flow from 9 to 5 basically that didn't exist last year. So
I know, it's very.
we're gonna have to deal with,
Yeah. Okay, I'm good with the 80. Does anybody have any issues with the 80?
No.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay, police, gasoline, diesel.
Good.
Okay, fire department, gasoline, diesel. I'm good with those too.
17.
Mr.
Okay.
Tovo, why can't we leave it like last year? Any reason?
Well, right now we're enjoying a downturn in gas prices, but we did the budget. That wasn't the case. We're expecting an uptick in talking to the county.
And I did hear from Mr. Sears over the weekend that the number of fire calls in the last 2 weeks has significantly increased, so I don't recommend reducing this. I know gas is still cheap, but he said they've been going on more calls than they've ever gone on before.
I think those are diesel.
Yeah, but he's just saying you're going on a lot of calls.
Yeah, but still, they don't drive hundreds of miles.
No.
Well, there are two factors. It's also the price along with the amount of use, so we have to kind of, balance both out. Right now, we're enjoying a lower price. I have a feeling that's going to swing back the other way in 3 or 4 months.
Well, actually, they
It's going
just...
to go up a little bit today, according to the agreement reached between the Saudis and the Russians.
Yeah, they just reduced the number of barrels being produced.
Yes.
I don't... Yeah.
So what number are we thinking of, Mr. Tovo, that would work? Is the 17 satisfactory?
No,
We're okay.
we did the police already, Mr. Cummings. We're on the fire department.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Don't be sorry.
You want to do 4,500 on that one, then? Or more?
I think I'm good with 4,500. Mr. Tovo, that's the recommendation, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. DMF gasoline, 24,000.
Okay.
Okay.
We
next-
lowered that, Mr. Tovo, since we're not doing a lot of, we're not doing the bulk pickups and all that, and we're not working on Fridays, so we bring that back to 18. Would you be comfortable with that? Excuse me, 19.
Well, last year was 21.
Yeah, I'd be comfortable with going to last year's.
I mean, we're still doing all the pickups except for the bulk right now, and we do want to obviously resume that when we can, but we still are taking on, more field cutting. So I listen, if you want to come down a little bit, I wouldn't go below 22.
I'd be okay with 22.
All right. 22 seems a reasonable compromise.
All right, 22. Does everybody agree?
Yeah. Pretty good?
Good job, Mr. T.
Okay. Was the senior citizen ban gasoline, was that moved into the DMF budget?
I'm sure that's where it's being captured. It's such a minimal amount. I don't know that we really need to keep budgeting the way we are for that.
Okay. There's nothing there for this year. I just want to make sure it's somewhere.
Yeah, again, the tricky part to all this, when we get our bills from the county, it's very difficult to separate out, one bus from the rest of the bill.
That's fine. Okay. Okay, so we're good there. So we're at 39.5. Okay, landfill and dumping fees. Okay, 68,000. I'm good.
Good.
Okay, we're done with that department. Okay,
Okay.
the next line is DCRP pension for 10,000. So, Mr. Tobo,
Well, you skipped
last year's spend was 4801.58. The recommendation is to leave it at 10. Prior year was, do we not know, is there an unknown factor here? What's the situation?
Yeah, it is an unknown factor. If we hire somebody new who qualifies for DCRP, obviously the number needs to be drawn from somewhere, and this is the spot. Could we be a little higher than 10.5? Yeah, we could be. I think we have room to lower it to 8.
Okay, so you're making it so 8,000?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd be good with 8,000. Is everybody good with 8,000?
Good. But what about
Yeah.
what about the 800-pound gorilla in the room, the statutory expense for PERS that's not in there yet, the $136,000 gorilla in the room? 01364710000. Did we get that yet, Mr. Toba?
That was the expense. Yeah, there's nothing requested for this year. The statutory.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I don't know why that was not in here.
Okay, so if you could get back to us on that line, please.
That's a big line.
Yeah, I think it's actually captured somewhere else, and
Is it captured on the next page?
that's where I'm looking.
I don't see it there.
I don't see it there either.
Which I thought it would have been in that other line, but it's not.
No, it's
And the
not.
reason I say that, when you go to enter numbers into Edmunds for PERS, it doesn't let you enter where you would think it should go.
Oh, so it's on another line item, you think?
Let me double check and get back to you with that.
Well, it was there for
Budget is
15,
num-
16, and 19, so it's got to be able to go there somehow.
Unless it changed. There were some law changes, too. They could have changed the software also.
There were some changes to Edmunds itself, so,
Because there were some law changes.
I will have that back to you tomorrow and answer on that.
Okay, I'm just looking to see. Maybe that was up
So
top.
we can do that on Thursday then, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
But the changes made in Edmond would have followed the change in the law also. Okay, for recording. Okay, so we're at 8,000 on the DCRP pension. Mr. Toba's going to get back to us in the statutory line above, 471-000. Okay. So right now, this is at 8,000, but it's a to be determined. FICA and Medicare, we're at 220. I see that there was a 34,000 transfer in last year, so the 192,795 plus the 34. So I'm good with the 220.
Yeah, that seems appropriate.
Yeah.
Why such a big increase, Mr. Toba?
Well, there wasn't. There was a $34,000 transfer in.
I understand that. I just want to know why, it went up so much.
Honestly, we're still researching what happened with that, whether it was just simply underfunded or there were big increases. Like, for example, we know Affordable Care Act, there's been some major changes there, and that's why we are upping that number.
Stacy, can we table that until we get more information from Mr. Tovo?
I mean, if you want to, but it is, from last year's actual expense, it is down. So, and it would make sense that some of people went to full-time also. Okay, we'll table it. If you could just get back to us, Mr. Tovo. And this is FICA and Medicare line, so this is the...
Correct.
472,000, yes?
The Affordable Care Act is on zero on the next line.
Yes.
So,
I see that.
was that pulled, was the Affordable Care Act line pulled into FICA and Medicare line?
I think it may have been. Let me double check both of these.
Because that's a really big no-no on from an accounting perspective. They should really be separated if there's any fees being paid for that.
Well, historically, we have not, but I know there were some changes here, so let me get with finance and get that squared away tomorrow.
Okay. They do need, from a gap, they need to be separated out, just FYI. Okay, so we're done with that section. All right, the next section is so ADA compliance.
What about PFRS, the $788,000?
Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped that line. Yeah, Mr. Tovo, was the 136,000 dumped into this line?
No, it's not. That's the bill for PFRS.
Okay. I'm good with the 788. Is that a contract amount?
That is.
Okay. Anybody have an issue?
How can we not be good with that? The contract, you know?
Okay.
Ms. Feeney, if I can recommend, can we jump down to municipal court after this? There are still some numbers in this section that I'm working with LVH on, and also some that would need to be presented by the library.
Sure. So on page 76.
Yes, 876.
Okay. Okay, let me know when everybody's ready.
I'm ready.
Shoot. 76.
We're on 73, right, Stacy?
No, we're going to go to municipal court.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, municipal court administrator, 20,121. This is a 1.5% salary increase.
Good.
That one you did on March 9th.
Yeah, so just making sure everybody's good. Okay, the judge we did already, but I'm just letting everybody know.
Yeah.
Okay, judge extra sessions, $500. Court admin extra sessions, $225. Okay, municipal court violations clerk part-time, $22,223. It's the 1.5% increase. I believe we did this already.
Mhm.
Okay, municipal court acting judge, $250.
Good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Municipal court office supplies, $550. Municipal court telephone, $1,500.
The request, Stacy, on office supplies, the recommend is $950, so we gotta determine what that is.
Okay, so, Mr. Tovo, sorry. Oh, you know what? Add share of OBS software. So this is the tracking software?
Not the tracking, that's the software to run the recorder.
Oh, to run the recorder. Okay, I'm good with the $950 since you're going to allocate part of the expense to them. Anybody have an issue?
No.
No.
Okay, so we're going with the $950, Sue.
Gotcha.
Okay, telephone, $1,500, we did that one, okay. Municipal court subscriptions and books, $250.
Good.
Dues, meetings, conferences,
They
$400.
haven't spent anything in years.
Well, they spent in 18, $266. Did we make it $300?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so everybody good with $300?
No, but all right.
What's this for, the subscriptions and books, you're saying?
Dues, meetings, and conferences, but we have a new judge this year, don't we?
Oh, you're on that line. Oh, all right.
Yeah, I was on the one above it, too. Okay.
I was too. I'm sorry.
They spent $199 last year. They're asking for the line above, just so we're on the same page. They spent $199 last year. They're asking for $250, which they got last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'd like to do 300 on the next line, dues, meetings, and conferences.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, interpreting services, $1,000. I think we have to leave it. We don't know, okay?
never know.
Furniture and fixtures, $600.
What furniture do they need, Mr. Tolo?
Remember, what comes out of furnitures and fixtures is also, their copiers.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
and they do a lot of copy.
Yeah. Outside contractors, $100. I know they haven't spent anything, but I'm good with giving them $100 in case they need it. Okay, printing, $750. Mr. Tobo, do you know? So last year they spent $247. Have some bills not come in?
I have to double check on what may have come in late. I know that, if you look at their typical spend, it is higher than the $750. But I know Linda was comfortable with this number. I'm sorry, the court administrator.
So I'm good with the $750. Does anybody have a problem?
No.
Good.
Nope, I'm good.
Miscellaneous, $100.
Stuff.
Good.
Okay. Purchase, proposed, change of venue, $250. I think we have to leave that. So we're 5,400 here.
Okay.
Okay. Public defender, other expense, 3,400. I'm good. These had 5,200 last year, it looks like. Okay.
Now, before we go into our next category, which is going to be capital improvement, and so on, again, there's a couple of numbers here that I'm still working with LVH on. We'll probably have them wrapped up by tomorrow, Wednesday is the latest. So can we come back to this on Thursday?
Okay.
But in lieu of that, we do have two things we can go back on, WCTV and also two adjustments to the police budget,
Okay.
if there's no objection.
No. I mean, let's see if we can. Okay, let's start with the police budget. Okay, which section in the police budget?
We're going for 25, let me miss a number here.
What page you on? Mr.
Give me
Tolo?
a page.
He didn't get to the account yet. Just hold on. He's letting us know.
Are you looking for office equipment repairs, Mr. Tova?
Yeah, on page number 33,
Yeah.
240, 270, and 240, 280.
Okay.
Starting with 240, 270, that is office equipment. We tabled that. The chief's explanation was that these were the updates needed for storage on the server, so they could upgrade that and basically keep it operational, and for primarily their Enforces software. And that was in the amount reflected here of $5,000.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that also. Do you have any objections?
What is, again, Mr. Tova, what is this for?
My email from the chief indicates it was skipping the budget meeting. This money was needed to upgrade storage and software on the server in order to upgrade the CAD system and Enforces.
So the 5,000 is purely computer related.
Correct.
Yeah, but is it in this line because it's lease of space on another server?
I'm sorry, say that again?
So we're renting space, we're leasing space on us for storage.
No, I think we're creating our own new space.
So we're creating a new space.
Yeah.
Okay. On an internal server?
Yes. Keep in mind, with police, virtually everything has to be internal.
No, right. Okay. And this isn't going into. Okay, so they're putting it in furniture and they're putting it in office equipment repairs. So it's an upgrade then?
Yeah, it's an upgrade in our storage ability.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's a good line item. I think it should be in there. No?
Yeah, I was just looking to see if we should put it somewhere else. Printing.
That's a chunk of money.
There's computer supplies on page 35.
Yeah, but that's supplies. It's
And
not
software?
I didn't know if there was this computer software line.
There is one right above
There's
on
a
page
computer
35.
software on 35.
24810 is computer software for police.
Okay, so you said, Mr. Tobo, part of this was the storage, and then another part was software, correct?
Correct.
Was it software in order to access the items that are stored? Or you don't know?
I believe it's an upgrade to their current Enforces software.
Do we know how much that piece is roughly, or no?
I have the breakdown in front of me.
Because I think that piece should go in the software line.
Well, if we can approve the amount, I will get the breakdown for us and we can separate it out.
Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with the 5,000 in total then.
Yeah, I think so.
And the next line, 240, 280, those on council last year, you'll recall that this item should have been changed to read medical. We created this line to cover physicals and psychologicals for new employees.
Right.
The line that says mileage, the one that says mileage should be medical. Is that what you're saying? 240, 280?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, and originally there's nothing requested, so this year, but now they'd like to change that?
Well, you said it was agreed upon last year to do it this way this year. So that's why you're not seeing anything there previously?
How
Mr.
much
Cassia,
do we
Mr. DeSantis, do you guys remember that?
Something along those lines.
Something like that.
Yes, I remember it too, Bob.
I'd have to look in last year's book.
But the agreement then was to change the line to read medical or physicals, and we're both allocate $5,000 to it, and that money could be earmarked for new hires, or you have an officer has to go for fitness for duty. The money's there.
Well, we still have the 5,000 left from last year, right, Bob?
That's got to be a mistake because we did psychologicals and physicals last year. So let me check on where that got charged to.
So can we hold on until we figure out where that got charged, because that may have to change.
Change in what manner?
Does that go up or down? Up, if you did more than 5,000.
It's going to be hard to judge that year to year. It's going to be based on projected hiring.
But do we know, you did have bills that should go against it, or did the bills come in after the first?
Well, I'm guessing what must have happened with 19, they got charged. So some would have come in after this, that's true, but let me get the accurate information.
Okay, so, I'm okay with the 5,000 for this year for this line. I just agree with Councilman DeSena. We should make sure we give them the right amount of money.
Understood.
Is that good with everybody?
Yep, sounds good.
Okay.
That's good.
Sure.
And the other item I have was on WCTV. We had held that one.
Which
Where are
was,
Please. Page.
What piece?
Looking for it.
I'm sorry, give me the page again, please.
We're still looking for it.
We didn't get one yet.
It's gonna be, 20407000. It's a standalone line item, and that's why it's difficult to find.
Page 23.
Yep, you got it.
Thanks, Sue.
Sure.
Just clarifying this, at the time we put this number in, we hadn't received, the formal request from WCTV. That request is for $8,000.
Is that the one that was, it's 00407000?
Yeah, it's
sir.
got tables, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so 8,000 is the requested amount.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm good with the 8,000. Anybody have any
I'm good
objections?
with the 8,000.
Okay, with
Okay.
Okay.
Ms. Sheen, those are all things I feel we can, do tonight, based on everything we've gone over, some pending questions and scheduling of other departments. I've made a complete list here of what was left. So really, getting those departments in Thursday and Monday would be key to getting this wrapped up.
Okay. Well, reasonably wrapped up, I think.
Mr. T, do you think you could make a note, to ask Dina to, pull out the invoicing for the, firehouse electricity, for me? And I can pick it up, or you can put it in the Dropbox, or whatever you suggest.
I think the DMF is more significant than the firehouse, Mr. Cumming. I don't think you should
Oh,
waste
yeah.
your time with the house.
Well,
The
but,
DMF
yeah.
is more significant. I know you want to do both, but
That's right, yeah, I should do both. And, all right, I'll do DMF first, that's fine.
yeah, I think that one's the more significant one. That's 10 grand. That's a lot, you know?
Yeah, whatever. I'm perfectly happy to, address either one of them to get them,
If you'd like me to
line,
put both, I'll do that.
Okay, so the DMF bills for at least the past year, please.
Yes, sir.
You're so kind. Thank you very much. And with your permission,
Casey, do you want to go back to page 79 and finish the last two pages of the budget?
Mr. Lawler tomorrow, if I can, okay?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
There's 2 pages left on, so, you know, we stopped that, we held the.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Wait, but you can't talk all at once. I'm sorry.
I was asking Stacy if we can go back to page 79 and finish the last 2 pages of the budget, that's all.
Yeah, there's not much here, so.
79?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
at
we
the,
held the capital.
well, actually, we're at the top of,
No, we have to do reserve for ambulance. We held, Mr. Tovo asked us to hold the capital fund,
right.
which we did. And then the next line item is the reserve for ambulance, reserve for Page's ambulance corps. That's where we are. We're at the
Mr. Sen,
20
the reason I asked that, when
79.
we go to the next page on debt service, I believe all my numbers here are accurate, but I've been waiting for confirmation from, LVH, that's why I wanted to hold on that.
Oh, you wanted to hold all the debt?
Yeah, that
service, so I
way,
thought you
we're
had
not
all
coming
that.
back to
Sorry.
you with, corrected information.
Okay.
Right, so that's,
Mr.
So,
Tovo,
are we- Anywhere?
could you also get where we are on collected taxes to date, please, for next Thursday, for this Thursday?
I will see what we have in the system, yes.
2019 versus 2020, please.
yes, is Joy back in the office?
Like everybody else, she's doing her, time in the office and time remote. As the basic rule goes here, if you can do it remotely, do it remotely. But for most of us, they have to come in at some point.
Okay, my only recommendation is, since she is the only one in that office, maybe she could be in every day. Since she's the only one there, it would still be social distancing, but, you know, she could, that would be, I think, a big vote of confidence for the town.
I think if we just, yeah, and if we can get the number for 2019 versus 2020 as of, you know, the same date, that's all, Mr. Toto, that'd be great.
My check's in the mail.
Yeah.
Can we adjourn?
Okay, so I'm going to give us all back a lovely amount of time.
Oh, wow, thank you.
Okay, motion adjourned from, public meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night,
Thank you, everybody.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Stay safe.
Thank you, be well.